Sri Lankan tea, known for generations as Ceylon tea, is reputed for its taste and aroma world over. Sri Lanka is the largest producer of orthodox tea in the world. Currently, Sri Lanka ranks as the fourth largest tea producer of the world. In the global export front, the country holds the position of third largest exporter of tea. The United States could be singled out as a fast-growing market, particularly for instant tea and the iced tea segments. Interestingly, imports from Sri Lanka to the United States too have shown useful growth in recent years. Tea exports for the month of July 2022 totaled 22.76 million kilograms, showing a decrease of 2.78 million kilograms vis-a-vis 25.54 million kilograms of July 2021. All main categories, tea in bulk, packed tea and tea bags, have shown a negative variance compared to July 2021. FOB value of 1,863.74 rupees in July 2022 records the highest ever in a calendar month, surpassing the previous best of 1,779.63 rupees recorded in June 2022. Iraq has remained the number one major importer of Ceylon tea, with an increase of 35% in imports year-to-year for January-July 2022. UAE has secured second position with a total of 12.77 million kilograms, and Russia sits in third place with a total of 12.34 million. As highlighted previously in the report, Colombo auction prices have shown a significant appreciation in the fourth quarter vis-a-vis quarter, a combination of factors triggering improved demand, lower volumes, better quality, and in anticipation of the unusually lower volumes in the forthcoming quarter of 2022. Other factors that are likely to impact on prices: the likely devaluation of the Sri Lankan rupee in early 2022. Improved demand from Iran following the Sri Lanka tea for oil payment deal. Importers of orthodox teas are likely to have lower inventory levels in the backdrop of the deficit in the availability of orthodox teas since 2015. Higher oil prices and greater demand from oil-rich Middle Eastern countries. These factors would enable us to predict stronger rupee tea prices for the first half in 2022, in general, and quarter one in particular. Market demand for teas thereafter would greatly depend on how the global tea industry would progress during the first half. However, as we have periodically highlighted, market demand for good quality teas will continue to command a premium consistently throughout the year, as it is envisaged that there is a dearth of good quality teas. Amidst this optimistic outlook for tea prices, the industry continues to be challenged with climate change and constant wage increases, more so in the current context of high inflation, which would continue to undermine the competitiveness due to the higher average production cost compared to other larger producers/exporter countries. In our view, the industry as a matter of urgency needs to adopt and mitigate the adverse effects of climate change. Rehabilitating and improving the water retention capacity of the soil should be a priority, followed by a systematic infilling program carried out in the short term. In the medium term, a structured replanting program should be pursued in a manner in which a high degree of mechanization can be achieved in agricultural practices, particularly the harvesting function. Therefore, the global competitiveness of Ceylon tea in the short to medium term will depend on how quickly the industry addresses these vital issues. The economic repercussions of the Iraq political crisis have been widespread. Apart from the impact on the Iraq states themselves, the resulting political disruptions over the past months may affect many developing countries. Crisis has exacerbated an already difficult economic situation in Sri Lanka arising from the continuing lack dollars reserve. Domestic unemployment might be increased, and consumer goods and services expenditure was putting a severe strain on government resources. Iraq is gradually emerging from a deep recession, caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, the plunge in oil prices in 2020, and spreading protester violence. Further delays in government formation, and in the ratification of the 2022 budget, could restrict the use of the country's revenue windfall from oil, as de facto limits from the 2021 budget are reached, and new investment projects are put on hold, which could reduce economic growth. The government of Iraq's white paper outlining a comprehensive program of reforms toward economic diversification remains, for now, a bold blueprint. There has been a political crisis in Iraq, with members of the Council of Representatives of Iraq being unable to form a stable coalition government, or elect a new president for 10 months. The national political system has been in a political deadlock. As I earlier mentioned, Iraq is top buyer of Ceylon tea and contribute more than 35%. In situation of political crisis widespread, there is negative impact on Sri Lankan tea export income so far. Currently, plantation stock counters rapidly increased with higher tea prices and trading auction. Currency devaluation benefited to whole export companies' stock and showed a significant improvements of all plantation companies' prices. In plantation sector, financial statement showed a profitability and favor cash flows. However, emerging political crisis in Iraq badly impacts Sri Lankan's tea industry, because of country of Iraq is major tea buyer in Sri Lankan tea industry. There is ambiguous in tea industry long run. Now Iraq crisis is beginning level. SLT export income significantly came down any moment with widespreading Iraq crisis.